The next day, Suzanne and I woke up, grateful we had only used our diapers for number 1. I turned to Suzanne, hoping it had all been a dream. "Damn, I thought it was a dream," I said, trying to convince myself. Suzanne replied, "If I have to punch you in the arm again, I'm not going to be very happy." I sighed. "I guess I have to go to the garage to see if I can fix the car. Damn, I'm wet again. When there are no toilets around, you don't even notice the most unconscious things. I barely even felt like I had to go. We need to get out of here." Suzanne looked at me and said sarcastically, "Fine, get in the room. I'll change you," clearly annoyed by the whole situation. We went into the room, and she helped me change out of my wet diaper. Afterward, she said, "I'm not going to keep on doing this. We need to come up with a solution to this problem. See if the car is fixed now." I nodded. "You couldn't wait," I muttered as I walked out the door, heading to the garage, still wearing a diaper. It felt strange, like I had a slight waddle as I walked. As I walked to the garage, I noticed things I hadn't before. There were public changing stations, like public restrooms, but for changing diapers. Curious, I went in to see what the fuss was about. Inside was a woman, about 50, who asked, "Do you need some assistance?" "No, I was just checking it out," I said before leaving. Well, this town is like nothing I've ever seen before, I thought to myself. Then I noticed something else. I didn't see any regular cars. There were only small, one-person vehicles, like the toy cars you charge with batteries. This wasn't good news if I needed to get my car fixed. As I continued to look around, I saw no apartment buildings, just houses that looked like giant playhouses. Another thing I noticed was the long speakers everywhere in town. After a bit of walking, I eventually got to the garage. I walked in and talked to the mechanic, asking if my car was fixed. "No," the mechanic replied. "I just ordered the part you need. It will be here in a week." There was no way in heck I was going to stay here that long. I was about to yell when I heard a loud siren. Everyone in the town began to walk in one direction. Even the mechanic left his desk and started walking with the crowd. Not knowing what else to do, I decided to follow and see where they were going. They walked to a giant building that looked more like a hall, very square with 2 other squares attached. Everyone in the town was walking inside. I noticed a woman about 50 to 60 years old in the center of a large room, which looked like a town hall meeting room, but instead of chairs, it had beanbag chairs and floppy chairs that looked like stuffed animals. Trying to blend in, I walked to the front and sat in one of the animal chairs. The woman began to speak. "Hello, my little ones," she said loudly. "Hello, Mail Mommy," everybody responded. "Has everybody been good boys and girls?" she asked. The townspeople all replied, "Yes." "Not everybody," she said. "Judy Wilson and Fred Wilson were very bad little ones. They tried to install a toilet in their house. They are going to get a timeout." Then the sheriff came out, and I noticed his name tag said Daddy Sheriff. He walked up to Mr. and Mrs. Wilson and said, "You two will have to take a timeout." They followed him to a back room. What the hell is going on here? I thought. I need to get out of this town. After the meeting adjourned, I wasn't sure what to do, so I went back to the motel as quickly as I could to talk to Suzanne. We need to come up with a plan. What have we gotten ourselves into? I thought as I walked. As I passed by the houses, I noticed they all had childish furniture inside, play blocks and other toys. When I got back to the motel, I unlocked the door and found Suzanne taking a shower. I started shouting, "Suzanne, Suzanne, you won't believe what just happened." But she wasn't in the room. Then she walked in and said, "What? I had to take a shower downstairs. They only have showers in the office." I asked her to sit down. I need to explain what I saw. Before I could do that, the sheriff walked in. He didn't knock. He just walked in as Suzanne and I were sitting at the table. Just before I was about to explain to Suzanne what happened, he sat down quietly and very calmly. "I told you before, this town is very different. I think you guys might need a timeout. Mail Mommy thinks you guys might need a nap too. You seem kind of cranky." Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Mommy Sarah's Story Time. If you enjoyed the stories, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Remember, my channel is not monetized, and I write most of the content myself. On occasions when I don't, it's sourced through emails from trusted contacts. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you're able to, consider making a donation to support our channel. Your support means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you.